You ever heard of a kid so hungry for greatness that even poverty couldn't slow him down? Yeah, that was Cristiano Ronaldo. Before the world knew his name, before the fans, fame, and private jets, he was just a skinny kid from a tiny island called Madeira. No spotlight, no support, just dreams bigger than his reality. He grew up in a small house that barely stood together. His mom worked as a cook, his dad as a gardener, both fighting to keep the family alive. Nights were quiet, sometimes too quiet, except for the sound of rain dripping through the roof. And in that silence, little Ronaldo used to whisper to himself, "One day they'll know who I am." Football was his escape, his only way out. He didn't have fancy boots, just torn shoes and an old ball. But man, the kid had fire. Every kick, every sprint, every goal, it all meant something. When other kids stopped to rest, Ronaldo kept running. He wasn't playing for fun. He was playing to survive. At 12, he made the toughest move of his life. He left his home and family to chase his dream in Lisbon. Alone, scared, hungry, but determined. There were days he didn't eat enough. Nights when he cried himself to sleep, missing home. Sometimes he'd sneak to a McDonald's where kind women gave him leftover burgers. Years later, when he became famous, he tried to find those women again, because he never forgot kindness. But fate wasn't done testing him. At 14, he got expelled from school for throwing a chair at a teacher who mocked his accent and dreams. Sounds crazy, right? But that day, Ronaldo made a promise to himself. One day, I'll show them all. Then came another punch. Doctors found a heart problem that could have ended everything. 15 years old, dream hanging by a thread. But that's the thing about Ronaldo. He doesn't give up. Surgery done, and boom. He was back on the field within days. That's not luck, that's obsession. When Sporting CP scouted him, the world got a small glimpse of what Madeira had built. A fighter carved from pain, hunger, and pure will. Every goal was a message to his past. You didn't break me. When Manchester United spotted that skinny kid from Portugal, they didn't just sign a player, they signed a storm. The moment young Ronaldo stepped on English soil, people laughed at his flashy skills and weird hair. But he didn't care. He wasn't there to fit in. He was there to rise. Alex Ferguson saw that spark in his eyes, the kind of fire you can't coach. But life? It hit again. His dad, the man who first gave him a football, was drowning in alcoholism. Ronaldo tried to save him, but sometimes love can't heal everything. When his father passed away in 2005, Ronaldo was shattered. Couldn't even say goodbye properly. That night he cried like a child, then the next day he went out and scored. Because that's what he does, he turns pain into power. At United, he built himself from a flashy winger into a ruthless machine. Hours after training, he stayed. Gym sessions, extra. Recovery, perfect. While others went to parties, Ronaldo stayed obsessed. He wasn't chasing fame, he was chasing greatness. Then came Real Madrid, the moment the world met CR7. Price tag? Record-breaking. Pressure? Off the charts. But bro didn't fold. He dominated. Year after year, goal after goal. Hat tricks, headers, records. The critics called him arrogant, the stats called him legendary. But even with all that glory, there were lonely nights. His father wasn't there to see him lift the Ballon d'Or. The crowd screamed his name, but deep inside, he still missed the kid from Madeira, the one who had nothing but a dream and a ball. Still, he never lost that hunger. The more he won, the more he wanted. People said, "You've done enough." Ronaldo said, "I'm not done yet." That's the difference between good and great. When he returned to Manchester, when he carried Portugal to glory, when he kept scoring at an age where others retired, it wasn't just football. It was proof that limits are a lie. And if you ever doubt yourself, remember this. The world told Ronaldo he was too skinny, too emotional, too much. But look where that too much took him. From the narrow streets of Madeira to the biggest stages in football, Cristiano Ronaldo didn't just play the game, he changed it. Because legends aren't born, they're built from pain, passion, and pure grind. So if you've ever been counted out, just remember, Ronaldo was too. If this story gave you chills, hit that like, bro. Dream big, grind harder. Just like CR7. 'Cause legends aren't born, they're built.